Did you ever sit straight up in bed with something a-circling around your head and you swat at it as it whizzes by and it's just one pesky little fly? You shake your head and twitch your nose and settle down to sweet repose. Then when you're just about to doze, fly trouble. Buzz, buzz, buzz goes that busy little fly. Buzz, 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 he's taking off and high. You roll the paper nice and tight and you wait around for him to light. But there's a fly that's a living right. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Toughest hide grows on a mule, 'cause he's a balky, stubborn fool. He likes to look at you and glare and never even move a hair. But when his muscles start to twitch and when his tail begins to switch, that mule ain't bothered with the itch. Fly trouble. Buzz, buzz, buzz goes that busy little Pez. Buzz, 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 that mule can't get no rest. He shakes his head and bats his eye and kicks his heels up to the sky. Did you ever see a jassack cry? Buzz, buzz, buzz. You pick a perfect night in June when flowers are blooming neath the moon. Your light of love is burning bright and you tell yourself tonight's the night. You brace yourself and your courage grows and on your knees where you'll propose when something bites you on the nose. Fly trouble. Buzz, buzz, buzz goes that busy little thing. Buzz, 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 you swat and lose the ring. You fan the air as he goes by and stick your finger in your eye. Hit everything except that fly. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
You don't love me like you did before. That's why we're not together anymore. You may not ever take me back again, but I don't see why we just can't be friends. You may need someone to talk to you, or just to hang out when you're feeling blue. Or you may need to drink the night away. If you ever have one of those days. So if you're ever in a drinking mood, come on over and we'll have a few. Crack one open and we'll sit all night, drinking cold ones till the morning light. We don't have to talk about the past or ask each other why it didn't last. We'll have a good time, just me and you. If you're ever in a drinking mood. Yeah, if you're ever in a drinking mood, come on over and we'll have a few. Crack one open and we'll sit all night, drinking cold ones till the morning light. We don't have to talk about the past or ask each other why it didn't last. We'll have a good time, just me and you. If you're ever in a drinking mood, we'll have a good time, just me and you.
My name is Eric Kinsey. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana, and you are listening to Rulers and Riders, Country Nuggets, Volume 2. On today's show, we are featuring guitarist Clarence White. That was him with his band Nashville West, playing the cut Hong Kong Hillbilly. Clarence might be best known for his work with the Los Angeles band The Byrds, but he also had a very notable career as a studio musician, as well as in bluegrass with his brothers Roland and Eric White as the Kentucky Colonels. Though of French-Canadian stock, his real last name being LeBlanc, Clarence was raised in Southern California. It was in the early 60s folk scene that he met future Byrd Chris Hillman. White was initially notable for his flat picking and could be seen playing acoustic on The Andy Griffith Show as a member of a fictional local bluegrass band with his real-life brothers Roland and Eric. Like a lot of folkies, Clarence moved to electric around the same time as Bob Dylan's appearance at the 1965 Newport Folk Festival. White's choice of instrument was a Fender Telecaster. By the mid-60s, California pickers like Buckaroo Don Rich, Gene Moles, James Burton, and Roy Nichols were pushing the Tele beyond its limits. With a thick slab body, set bridge, and by using light-gauge banjo strings on the high side and heavier gauge on the low, players can combine swooping bends and taut, sustained twang for a unique sound. Gene Parsons, the drummer for Nashville West and later the Byrds, was also an inveterate tinkerer and luthier. On one recording session, Parsons acted as a third hand and manipulated the high B and E strings as White soloed, producing even more pronounced bends. This idea would later lead to a revolutionary innovation that defined an entire genre, but more on that later. Here are the Gosden brothers featuring future legend Vern the Voice Gosden with that seminal solo by Parsons and White on the cut Tell Me.
I've seen girls in my time. little baby, and let me take you out. Well, maybe, little baby, I'll teach you what it's all about. Yes, maybe, little baby, if you'll go ask your pa. Maybe, little baby, if you'll go ask your pa. We'll go bopping and a-hopping like a bunny in a hollow log. Well, baby, little baby, you're a cute little baby. Baby, little baby, ooh, you're a cute baby. Well, we're gonna dance, jump, hop and a holler, baby. Yeah. You, honey, and I like what I see. Well, we're gonna dance, bop, hop, and a holler, baby. Yeah, listen here, baby, one pretty night like this. Yes, come on, baby, one pretty night like this. Oh, I'll sneak you outside and sneak a little bitty kiss. Yes, baby, baby, you're a cute little baby. Baby, you're sweet, baby. Well, we're gonna dance, jump, hop, and a holler, baby. Yeah, we're gonna jump, dance, hop, and a holler, baby. We're gonna dance, jump.
Souvenirs, and there's one I've kept for many years. It assures me there are no regrets. It's the girl you taught me to forget. Once I wanted her so desperately, and one day the letter came to me, said goodbye there in one paragraph. That's the story behind the photograph. So, and my heart just couldn't let her go, till the day I saw your smiling face, and I got an angel in her place. You mean more to me than all the world. Just forget there ever was this girl. Let the past compose its epitaph, like the story behind this photograph.
Oh, what you done? I'm coming home, baby. Oh, what you got? And I don't mean, baby, been thinking about you, and I'm on my way.
can see that's a pretty good sign that I need you, that's why I can't wait to get back home. So squeeze yourself real good and tight. I'll be home before daylight. If you hold what you got, I'm a-coming home to stay. Hold what you got, I'm a-coming home, baby. Hold what you got, and I don't mean maybe. Been thinking about you, and I'm on my way. Don't sell the house, don't wreck the car. Stay there, honey, right where you are. If you hold what you got, I'm a-coming home to stay. Back, honey, this time I'm gonna stay. Well, we won't fuss, we won't fight. This time things are gonna be alright. If you hold what you got, I'm a-coming home to stay. Hold what you got, I'm a-coming home, baby. Hold what you got, and I don't mean maybe. Been thinking about you, and I'm on my way. Don't sell the house, don't wreck the car. Stay there, honey, right where you are. If you hold what you got, I'm a-coming home. Don't sell the house and don't wreck the car. Stay there, honey, right where you are. If you hold what you got, I'm a-coming home to stay.
Born the running kind, with leaving always on my mind. Home was never home to me at any time. Every front door found me hoping I would find the back door open. There just had to be an exit for the running kind. Within me there's a prison surrounding me alone, as real as any dungeon with its walls of stone. I know running's not the answer, yeah, but running's been my nature, and a part of me that keeps me moving on. I was born the running kind, but leaving always on my mind. Home was never home to me at any time. Every front door found me hoping I would find the back door open. There just had to be an exit for the running kind. Kind, with leaving always on my mind. Home was never home to me at any time. Every front door found me hoping I would find the back door open. There just had to be an exit for the running kind.
called it Jimmy Diesel from Mojave up to the summit of Cajon. Headed down the hill to San Bernardino, pushed by 20 tons of building stone. Low warning buzzer sounded, I was low on air. I checked the pressure gauges, no pressure there. I looked at the deep and rocky canyons down below, and I said, man, what a way to go. I saw a red light in my side view mirror. I knew there was a highwayman behind. I tried to shift her down one, but I missed it, and she really started to unwind. Well, that patrolman passed me like I was sitting still. His siren started screaming as he headed down the hill. That highwayman had got a crazy notion, I could see. He was gonna try to clear the road for me. I read a sign, trucks 30 miles per hour. I watched the hand go round and hit the peg. That patrol car was burning up the highway, and I was on him like a license tag. Well, I started once to ditch, but then I lost my nerve. I sideswiped the bobtail when I straightened the curve. I opened up my eyes and I was back on level ground, but it took 5 more miles to shut her down. That highwayman walked up and put his hand out, and I reached out and shook it like a man. He shook me loose and said, let's see your license. Don't get wise with me, I'll run you in. Now where's your registration? Who owns that machine? He wrote me up a ticket longer than a witch's dream. There's lots of things in this world I don't understand. One of them's a doggone highwayman. One of them's a doggone highwayman. One of them's a doggone...
It seems as though we've been living in 2 different worlds. We're out every night chasing all those city girls. I've got a big surprise for you. When you do get home, you'll find your country girl with hot pants on. You never let me wear my dresses way above my knees, but I've seen your eyes bug out when you saw them on TV. So I've been sewing all day long while you've been gone. So tonight you'll see your country girl with hot pants on. If you want a good old-fashioned loving country girl, well, I'd be more than glad to welcome you back to my world. If it's frilly clothes and tinted hose that really turns you on, you'll like your country girl with hot pants on. When you come home from work tonight, you better plan to stay. 'Cause if you go to town again, I'm not gonna wait. I may not be no raving beauty, but I'm not that far gone. I still look pretty good with hot pants on. If you want a good old-fashioned loving country girl, well, I'll be more than glad to welcome you back to my world. If it's frilly clothes and tinted hose that really turned you on, you'll like your country girl with hot pants on. You like your country girl with hot pants on.
was a brave engineer. He told his fireman, don't you ever fear. All I want is the water and coal. Put your head out the window, watch the drivers roll. Watch the drivers roll. Watch the drivers roll. Put your head out the window, watch the drivers roll. Said before he died, 2 more roads that he wanted to ride. His fireman asked him what could they be. Said the old Northeastern and the A&V. The A&V. He said the A&V. It's the old Northeastern and the A&V. On the fatal morning it began to rain. Around the curve come a passenger train. Bendy Berry was the engineer, with the throttle wide open and without any fear. He didn't have no fear. He didn't have no fear. He had her running wide open without any fear. Looked at his watch, shook his head. We may make Atlanta, but we'll all be dead. The train went flying by the trestle and switch. Without any warning, then she took the ditch. Yeah, she went in the ditch. Well, she took the ditch. Without any warning, then she took the ditch. Locomotive leaped from the rail. Ben never lived to tell that awful tale. His life was ended and his work was done when Ben DeBerry made his final run. He made his final run. He made his final run. When Ben DeBerry made his final run.
Ever since you said goodbye, I tore up on the floor up. Ever since you said goodbye, now the loneliness is killing me, and you're the reason why. I'm tore up on the floor up, smoking cigarettes and drinking wine. I'm tore up on the floor, smoking, staying up all night, destroying my mind with TV. Well, little loneliness is killing me. I'm going old before my time. I never used to drink, I never used to smoke. Once in a while, you know, I might have me a little toke. I tore up on the floor. Yes, I should have told a lie. I tore up on the floor. Yes, I should have told one whopper of a lie. Well, little loneliness is killing me, and here's the reason why.
confused. Baby, I didn't do nothing. Now you seem like you're amused. Toe up on the floor. Yes, I should have told a lie. Been better off. Now toe up on the floor. Ever since you said goodbye. Well, little loneliness is killing me, and here's the reason why. Well, little loneliness is gonna kill me. I'm going over for my time. I'm going over for my time. You don't care. You got me toe up on the floor. You got me so confused, and you amused. You amused, and I'm confused. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
You say I hadn't been around. The way I dress is a sin. I've been further under the house, looking for eggs than you've ever been. You're humbugging me. You're humbugging me. I believe those stories, but now you're humbugging me. You told me, little darling, you love me. You'd go through fire or pain. Last week you wrote me a letter. Say I'll see you if it don't rain. You're humbugging me. You're humbugging me. I believe those stories, but now you're humbugging me. Baby, when I married you, darling, you thought I was a prophet, I know. Promised me chicken and cold roast, but you gave me sour milk and burnt toast. You're humbugging me. You're humbugging me. I believe those stories, but now you're humbugging me. Well, when I married you, darling, you thought I was a prophet, I know. Promised me chicken and cold roast, but you gave me sour milk and a burnt toast. You're humbugging me. You're humbugging me. I believe those stories, but now you're humbugging me.
Too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's getting too old, he's done got too old. He's too old to cut the mustard anymore.
When I was young, I had a lot of pep. I could get around, didn't need no help.
But now you're old and getting gray. The people all look at you and say, too old, too old. He's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's getting too old, he's done got too old. He's too old to cut the mustard anymore. Could jump just like a deer,
But now you need a new landing gear.
I used to could jump a picket fence,
But now you're lucky if you jump an inch.
too old, too old. He's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's getting too old, he's done got too old. He's too old to cut the the mustard anymore.
When I was young, I had an automobile.
Now they push you around in a chair with wheels.
Had to fight the gals off with a stick.
But now they say he makes me sick. Too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's getting too old, he's done got too old. He's too old to cut the mustard anymore. I was young and in my prime, the gals all used to stand in line.
But now they go the other way, and as they leave I hear them say,
too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's getting too old, he's done got too old. He's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's too old to cut the mustard anymore.
You take a K and an E, N and a T, a U and a C-K-Y, that spells Kentucky, but it means paradise. You take a chicken and you kill it, you put it in a skillet, you fry it up nice and brown, that's southern cooking, and it sure is fine. Now it don't mean a lot when you look on the map, but I wasn't studying no geography when I was sitting on my mammy's lap. You take a K and an E, N and a T, a U and a C-K-Y, that spells Kentucky, but it means paradise. C-K-Y, that spells Kentucky, but it means paradise. You take a chicken and you kill it, you put it in a skillet, you fry it up nice and brown, that's southern cooking, and it sure is fine. Now it don't mean a lot when you look on the map, but I wasn't studying no geography when I was sitting on my mammy's lap. You take a K and an E, N and a T, a U and a C-K-Y, that spells Kentucky, but it means paradise. Your heart turned left and I was on the right. You couldn't have hurt me more, dynamite. I thought I was your destiny, but just before you got to me,
walk around just kicking stones. Old Cupid sure won't get another bite. Oh, honey, why'd you lead me on? Without a warning, you were gone. Your heart turned left and I was on the right. Your heart turned left and I was on the right. You couldn't have hurt me more with dynamite. I thought I was your destiny, but just before you got to me, your heart turned left and I was on the right. Yeah, your heart turned left and I was on the right.
Man, Mr. Sandman, boy, you don't do me no good. You won't come around and put me to sleep like you know you should. Well, my baby just up and left me. She said I didn't treat her right, and I've been lonely every day and haven't slept a single night. Man, Mr. Sandman, boy, you don't do me no good. You won't come around and put me to sleep like you know you should. Well, I'll bet I've walked 100 miles and never ever left this room. A 10 by 12 circle is as far as I've got. You think she's coming back, I've assumed. Man, Mr. Sandman, boy, you don't do me no good. You won't come around and put me to sleep like you know you should. Like you know you should, Sandman.
And that was Clarence White playing lead guitar on Man, Mr. Sandman by Bakersfield legend Wynn Stewart. White was initially invited to play with the Byrds by his old friend Chris Hillman. His work on the Hillman Pin, Time Between, and Girl with No Name were among the first inklings of the group's forays into what would become known as country rock. Cards on the table, I am a huge Byrds fan. It has always struck me that there was a brief moment in time when the band could have gone in a completely different direction when the group's founder, Gene Clark, made his first solo record. That album featured Clark singing three-part harmony with Vern and Rex Gosden, the Byrds' rhythm section of bassist Hillman and Michael Clark on drums, contributions from LA studio gods Glenn Campbell and Leon Russell, as well as the guitar artistry of Clarence White. At the time, the project was more Byrds than the official lineup. However, when Hillman decided to stick with McGuinn after the departure of Gene Clark, David Crosby, and Michael Clark, then brought in Graham Parsons as a keyboard player and Kevin Kelly on drums. That lineup would go on to record the country rock masterpiece, Sweetheart of the Rodeo, featuring more guitar work from Clarence White. After Hillman and Parsons left to form the Flying Burrito Brothers, White stuck with the Byrds, now as an official member. They soon recruited Gene Clark on drums and John York on bass. Gene and Clarence had been tinkering with the idea of the third hand from the Gosden Brothers recordings. In 1967, Gene Parsons modified White's Telly using parts from a Fender pedal steel to create a shoulder strap actuated device originally known as the string pull, but more broadly known as the Parsons-White string bender, or just the B bender. Parsons also built a similar unit for Flying Burrito Bernie Leadon, who would carry over that sound to his tenure in a little band called the Eagles. But I digress. It was White's B-Bender playing which defined the Byrds' sound from 1968 to 73 and made Clarence, after Roger McGuinn, the longest-serving member of the group. Here are the Byrds with the McGuinn, White, Parsons, and York lineup appearing on Playboy After Dark in September 1968, playing Bob Dylan's You Ain't Going Nowhere.
Clouds so swift, rain won't lift, gate won't close, railings froze. Get your mind off winter time, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh-wee, right behind, tomorrow's the day, my bride's gonna come. Oh, oh, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. I don't care how many letters they sent, the morning came, morning went. Pack up your money, pick up your tent, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh-wee, right behind, tomorrow's the day, my bride's gonna come. Oh, oh, are we gonna fly down in the easy chair? Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots, tailgates, substitutes. Strap yourself to a tree with roots, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh-wee, right behind, tomorrow's the day, my bride's gonna come. Oh, oh, are we gonna fly down in the easy chair? Oh, Genghis Khan, he could not keep all his kings supplied with sleep. We'll climb that hill, no matter how steep, when we get up to it. Ooh-wee, right behind, tomorrow's the day, my bride's gonna come. Oh, oh, are we gonna down in the easy chair? Ooh-wee, right behind, tomorrow's the day, my bride's gonna come. Oh, are we gonna fly down in the easy chair?
Just one more time, I'll let you have your way with me. One more time, sweet darling, and I'll have to set you free. You made me a prisoner and loving you's my crime. But I'll let you have your way just one more time. Just one more time, I'll let you walk back through that door. One more time, from now on I'm a keeping score. Your heart is full of poison, but loving you so fine. So I'll let you have your way just one more time. Leave me if you don't need me. Go on, make up your mind. Never again will you hear me say that I'll let you have your way just one more time. 2, 3, 4. Just one more time, I'll let you have your way with me. One more time, sweet darling, and I'll have to set you free. You made me a prisoner and loving you It's a hard living, tail kicking trip that we're all on, but I'm betting we can find a little sunshine in the night. It's back breaking, soul taking road we walk, so what are we waiting for? Baby, let's turn off the lights, 'cause girl, there's just not enough love in the world. So we should make a little, generate a little, maybe even make the world a better place a little. We could turtle dove, Dixieland delight. You know it can't be wrong when it feels so right. It all comes down to you and me, girl. There's just not enough love in the world. So we should make a little, make a little more tonight. It's clock punching, cash crunching, laying it all out up to nothing. If you're in this thing alone, so don't tease me. It's so easy to just turn off the TV and make some headlines of our own. Yeah, girl, there's just not enough love in the world. So we should make a little, conjugate a little, maybe even make the world a better place a little. We could turtle dove, Dixieland delight. You know it can be wrong when it feels so right. It all comes down to you and me, girl. There's just not enough love in the world. So we should make a little, let's make a little more tonight. That's right. Yeah, girl, there's just not enough love in the world. So we should make a little, consummate a little, maybe even make the world a better place a little. We could turtle dove, Dixieland delight. No, it can't be wrong when it feels so right. It all comes down to you and me, girl. There's just not enough love in the world. So we should make a little, let's make a little more. We should make a little, and make a little more. We should make a little, let's make a little more tonight. Talking about loving all night. a Cajun. He lived by himself in the swamp. He hunted alligator for a living. He just knock him in the head with a stump. The Louisiana law gon' get you, Amos. It ain't legal hunting alligator down in the swamp, boy. Now everybody blamed his old man for making him mean as a snake. When Amos Moses was a boy, his daddy would use him for alligator bait. Tie a rope around his waist and throw him in the swamp. Alligator bait in the Louisiana bayou. About 45 minutes southeast of Thibodaux, Louisiana, lived a man called Doc Millsap and his pretty wife Hannah. Well, they raised up a son that could eat up his bait and groceries. Named him after a man of the cloth. Called him Amos Moses. Yeah. Now all the folks around South Louisiana said Amos was a hell of a man. He could trap the biggest, the meanest alligator and just use one hand. That's all he got left, called alligator bit it. Left arm gone clean up to the elbow. Well, the sheriff got wind that Amos was in the swamp trapping alligator skin. So he snuck in the swamp, gonna get the boy, but he never come out again. Well, I wonder where the Louisiana sheriff went to. Well, you can so get lost in the Louisiana bayou. About 45 minutes southeast of Thibodaux, Louisiana, lived a cat called Doc Millsap and his pretty wife Hannah. Well, they raised up a son that could eat up his weight in groceries. Named him after a man of the cloth. Called him Amos Moses. Sit down on him, Amos. Make it count, son. About 45 minutes southeast of Thibodaux, Louisiana, lived a man called Doc Millsap and his pretty wife
Hannah. Well, it's a bloody merry morning. Baby left me without warning sometime in the night. So I'm flying down to Houston with forgetting her the nature of my flight. As we taxi toward the runway with the smog and haze reminding me of how I feel. Just a country boy who's learning that the pitfalls of the city are extremely real. All the nightlife and the parties, temptation and deceit, the order of the day. Well, it's a bloody merry morning, 'cause I'm leaving baby somewhere in L.A. Well, it's a bloody merry morning, baby left me without warning sometime in the night. So I'm flying down to Houston with forgetting her the nature of my flight. Is airborne and Flight 50 cuts a path across the morning sky. And a voice comes through the speaker reassuring us Flight 50 is the way to fly. And a hostess takes our order, coffee, tea or something stronger to start off the day. Well, it's a bloody merry morning, 'cause I'm leaving baby somewhere in L.A. Well, it's a bloody merry morning, baby left me without warning sometime in the night. So I'm flying down to Houston with forgetting her the nature of my flight. Yeah, I'm flying down to Houston with forgetting her the nature of my flight.
When I put together these shows, it is purely stream of conscious. I start with a country song I like, that would remind me of another, which would trigger another association, and so on. As you may be able to tell, I don't stick to a pure country format. I try to encompass everything from early 20th century up to the current scene. A 100-year legacy of American country music, including mountain songs, fiddle tunes, western swing, honky-tonk, hard country, rockabilly, bluegrass, Bakersfield, and country rock. For me, regardless of subgenre, a good country music song needs to first tell a story through the economic use of lyrics. Emotive vocals, harmony, an appealing melody, traditional instruments, and a rhythmic drive. And let me say this, I consciously avoid what I call old sad bastard music sung by constipated troubadours. To each their own, but that just won't cut it here on Country Nuggets. Stick with me, and I think you will agree. I hope you're enjoying the season of Rulers and Riders. If you like it, the best way to give us feedback is to give us a follow and leave a comment on our Instagram, and that's Rulers_and the word AND Riders. That's Rulers_AND_Riders. If you want to support the show, the very best way is to tell a friend. We all know someone who enjoys real country music, so please take 15 seconds and text a link from iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, or our blog where you can listen to the show. Also, if you're inclined, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. That really helps us move up in the ratings and become more visible to anyone looking for this type of content. Lastly, if you use Spotify, please follow the Country Nuggets playlist. I update it after every show. Join us next week for my conversation with Australian writer, voiceover artist, and moto enthusiast, Dog Williams. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you down the road.
Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now, dear.